Good afternoon, everyone. Como John here. Hi, how you going? Hey, listen, this may be a little bit of a long one. Look, it's been drawn to my attention a tweet that Craig Kelly on X or Twitter put up, and it's about Ricardo Bosi, and it's related to the Green Room. Remember how I uploaded some comments and thoughts on that program that Rick Bosi from Australia One put up, 24, 48 hours ago, whenever it was, just recently. Look, have a look at this tweet, right? I've tried to grab a screen capture. I'll try and get it into this video so you can have a look. But have a look at it. Again, you can see the fracture line inside of the Truther/Freedom movement. You can see where the fracture lines are. Now, very clear, all right? Now, here you have Craig Kelly calling Ricardo Bosi, right, mad, insane, crazy, right, okay? Now, get this, we all know, historically speaking, there have been many outspoken people in history that have been accused of being insane, but were they wrong? No, they were exactly right. Okay, so calling people insane and crazy, and saying, look, he's he once had a great offering, could have provided great service and all this, but now he's flipped out. You know what I mean? Now the reason is Bosi mentioned children, child sacrifice, raping babies and stuff like this. So that's the fracture line, because any talk of this by Rick Bosi and any of the A1 people, or any of us, right, is now, according to Craig Kelly, insanity, right? We are insane. Now, I personally can't believe that Craig Kelly is coming out, publicly taking this position and painting himself into a corner. And I'm going to tell you why. Look, I don't know how many fucking views Rick Bosi's had, mate, in the last 2, 3, 4 years, man, but it is multiple millions, tens of millions. You get me? And there's a lot of people, mate, that have heard his views and analysis on what this war is about, and where we are within it. You get me? And a lot of people out there, mate, know that he's correct. He knows that he's correct. So, hey, Craig, wow, you're really being, risky, sort of running this argument, and you're not on your own here, man. You're not on your own. You got others other deep state operatives and Freemasonic, cohorts that are all subtly pushing this very same line against Ricardo Bosi, and by de facto against all of us, because Como John right here right now believes Rick Bosi is absolutely correct, and I'm not gonna shy away from that one instance. I don't care whether you like him or not. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing, Craig, wow, the timing. Look, man, right now, on my channel, right, my very modest, I'm a nobody. I'm not out there trying to be a big social media influencer. I've only ever asked to be allowed to participate in the national conversation about the future of my country. That's all I've ever asked, to be allowed to do that and be given a fair go. And in return, that I would, give others a fair go. Okay, despite our differences and where we're coming from and so on. And look at my track record about trying to work with people. You'll see that I've actually, done more than most to try and, build unity and to work with people, right? But as Bosi has pointed out, man, listen. You've got to work with anyone. It's got to be on trust. Right? You've got to be able to trust people. And two, man, you've got to be fighting the same war. These people are not fighting the same war, mate. They're batting for the other team. That's the problem. So, you can see this fracture line. You can see that they're now going to line us up and call us all crazy and insane and all that. But the timing of it, mate, I'm it's, well, I mean, right now on my modest channel, mate, we are posting heaps of stuff about Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell, child trafficking, and all this sort of stuff. I mean, Craig, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man, when very soon, and we've already seen the evidence to this, we've already seen the, the footage, and when, Paul Keating's daughter, coming out of Jeffrey Epstein's New York residence, embracing Jeffrey himself, when there are very, very serious allegations about former Prime Minister Paul Keating when it comes to some unspeakable crimes. There are many, many thousands of people in this country who are watching this with fucking microscopes, Craig, microscopes. I mean, Paul had a piggery in Western New South Wales. His nickname in Parliament, I know this, mate, I know this, because his nickname in Parliament was The Undertaker. I never quite knew why, but now I do. So, Craig, you've got Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and a whole heap of stuff, a whole lot of Australian connections, man, that are going to flood out this year, but in the next few weeks. And man, oh man, oh man, it's going to make you look really fucking stupid, really stupid, with your comments about how insane Rick Bosi is, and by de facto all the rest of us. So be prepared for that, comrade. I know that I know that this is your last ditch effort. Clive Palmer and yourself, and you got Mike McCabe and the Deep State, and you've collected your cabal. Your tribe of that's what you're going to try and rebuild Australia with. That's what you reckon, right, behind the scenes. I'm telling you, mate, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, mate. None of you guys are going to get away through this reset, mate, that's coming. None of you, mate, without bringing out all your dead bodies, mate. All your fucking criminal mates, all of them are going to get flushed out, and they're all coming out in the open. We're going to clean this fucking sewer up. A real good clean out. So, another one, mate, I've seen a post by Dave Oniggs over on his Telegram channel, going on about Graham Hood, an interview that Graham Hood's got set up with Dane Wigginton from geoengineering, weather geoengineering, and so on and so on. I mean, here's another spectacular interview that Hoodie's pulled off, listen, guys, when you want a hero, they manufacture heroes for you. You've got to get that. Please understand this, mate. They manufacture heroes for you. Graham Hood is a manufactured hero, mate, and now they've deployed, Dave Oniggs, who, again, I'll remind everyone, mate, as soon as he got out of that fucking court case in the court system that he was charged for, as soon as he started calling us cookers, you get me? We're mad, we're crazy, So put all this stuff together, guys. But now you've got Dave Oniggs out really cross-promoting Graham Hood, selling Graham Hood back to us as a hero, mate. He's a national treasure, all this sort of stuff. And again, I just say to you, when you want heroes, folks, by Jesus, I'll give them to you, mate. And they go right at the right time, when all the vaxxers and everything was on, mate. He come out of nowhere, and then he gets interviews with Mick Fanning, and now he's doing interviews with Dane Wigginton, mate. Listen, he sooner or later he had to come to acknowledge chemtrails, mate. He had to, because it was damaging him, and they, because their side, their team, they're all batting for the other team, folks. Before their team, their influence started to wane, so they had to reinforce Hoodie's, flanks. You know what I mean? They had to fix that part up. So now, out of nowhere, they've got Dane Wigginton, and now they're going to talk about chemtrails. I mean, come on, put all this stuff together. There's psyops left, right, and centre, and our best defence, collectively and individually, mate, is pay attention to their systems thinking, their control systems. Pay attention to their playbooks and how they, repeat these playbooks and tactics at us. And just be sharp. Stand in your own truth. Look, okay, that's the fraction line, guys. That's it. We are going to be called crazy people, insane people, and that is coming in at the very same time from people like Craig Kelly and Dave Oniggs and others. You watch them. There more of them are going to come in, and this will be a pile-on, right? And all at the same time when they're talking about raping babies and trafficking children, all at the same time when the biggest stump, the Epstein files, the Ghislaine Maxwell trials, and all this other stuff, mate, is all coming public. I mean, these people who are in denial, who just will not acknowledge. Look, I'm going to give you my personal opinion. The reason why it's so hard to wake these normies up, the reason why, is that it's so difficult for them to comprehend, right? Just really comprehend how ugly and how evil this war that we are in. They just can't accept that this sort of evil exists, right? That you can actually rape a young child and sell them for organ trafficking and all this other satanic stuff. They can't believe that. They don't believe that level of evil exists on planet Earth, and they can't wrap their minds around it. And I sort of understand that. I can tell you now, it took me a while, mate. I mean, before the penny dropped. But once it did, mate, scared the living fucking shit out of me. Wow. I thought, mate, I had no idea how mankind was going to overcome it. And, in terms of the scale of the war that we had to mobilise to fight this off and save humanity, I just didn't know if we could do it early days. Wow, I was in a big, deep, dark hole, but not now. Not now. I know this evil is in a controlled train wreck situation. It's all being brought down, and we have many people out there to thank that we'll never ever be able to even know, who they are. For military and other people, but the people that we won't have to thank are people like Craig Kelly and people like Dave Oniggs and people like Graham Hood and people like Clyde Palmer and so on. We're not going to have to thank these people for their contribution to this war. All of these people, and I've used this terminology before, all of these people I consider they are stealing valor. They have stolen valor from the real freedom fighters and the real truthers out there. Good night, folks. Ciao. One last thing, folks, before I sign off on this particular video is this. Look, the my upload about the green room and that report that I did 24 odd hours ago on Telegram has triggered quite a lot of anti and Rick Bosi anti A1 comments in my chat room. Okay, on the channel. All right. Now, some of it was, disagreement stuff, but other stuff was smears, okay? And I want to address this. Look, the chat room on my channel has been fantastic, mate. We really have had a great group, a great bunch of people in there helping each other out, and really things have been, very, very good, But then, now it's triggered people to come out and they either dump on Trump or dump on Rick Bosi and and so on. Look, I just want to make these comments. It's not about disagreeing with people or listen. I've got a track record of allowing quite a broad range of opinions and stuff to go on in my chat room, mate. Lots of it. I've had, I've posted or reposted material by Thomas Sewell, the Australian Victorian National Socialist leader, and so on. I've posted other posts from people I've been critical of. You know what I mean? Because they put up a particular post that had relevant information, so I've shared it, right? So I've tried to cut people a lot of slack. I'm not copying Karen Brewer. She's out. I won't allow any of her material on my channel, mate. I'm just telling you, she's out, mate. I've already explained my position on her as well. But most I allow people to put stuff up, if you understand. And in return for cutting people some slack and sort of trying to work with people, I've had a great response back from the participants. Apart from the odd troll and the odd, bloody bot and shit like that, but, we've had a great chat room. Okay. Now, we talk about all sorts of shit on my channel, all sorts of stuff, right? And we're not down there shoveling. I've said this publicly, I'm not a truther, because I don't know what the fucking real truth is. Okay. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, remember where you are on my channel. If you don't like President Trump, you hate President Trump and so on, right? There are many other anti-Trump channels out there. You're on the wrong channel with me because I support President Trump. That's it, full stop. And I don't want to have to keep going over and over arguments and conflicts. That's the way it is. Now, when it comes to Australia One and Ricardo Bosi and so on, I mean, everyone knows my position on this, mate. I've publicly placed my position out on the table. Everyone knows who I am. They know my background. I can't hide anything. I'm not part of A1 and Rick Bosi's and all the rest of it, right? Because I'm an old communist, mate. I am led in their saddlebags. I'm led in their saddlebags. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be led in anyone's saddlebags, which is why I don't join anyone. I just sort of, So, but you know my position when it comes to Australia One and Rick Bosi, and you know why. I've told you why the help and the participation that they've done in this war up to date. Now, if you don't like Rick, and if you want to come in and post smears and so, leave. I don't wish you ill will. I don't wish you any, any hurt or anything. But go to another channel. Go to somewhere that you're able to express those negative views and dish the shit over there. Not on my channel. If you do, you're out. You're just fucking out. Right? We're trying to keep the vibration high. I mean, that's hard for an old commo. An old lefty, mate. I mean, I'm a fucking revolutionary. I want this to bloody, So, but, remember what channel you're on. Remember, why people are there. Don't come in there, mate, trying to put a square bloody peg into a round hole with some shit with it where it's anti-President Trump, it's anti, we've shown you the proof. We've given you the evidence. We're producing information, really high quality stuff on my channel. We have a great chat room with great contributors in there who diligently, daily almost, put up great research, Do we get everything right? No. And do we always talk? Well, no, we talk about all sorts of shit. We talk spiritual shit. We talk health, diet and natural medicines. We talk all sorts of stuff because we don't want to be fanatics about anything. We want to know what's going on. We want to discuss all the relevant stuff with the Great Reset and all that. But we also have lives to live, So we put stuff about animals and cats and dogs and kids, So, back off, everybody. Back off. Don't be so hard on each other. Don't go, But if you're aggro and you don't like, what we sort of, hang out with, then please, man, go somewhere else, And take these law enforcement and cook or watch your fucking piss ants with you. I've got a couple of them in the channel as well. Ciao, guys.